Good morning and welcome to this latest Lenten art meditation drawing on images chosen by Sister Wendy Beckett. A particular welcome to you if you're joining me for the first time this morning. The meditation itself should last no more than 10 minutes and perhaps considerably less, and involves me sharing some words from Sister Wendy and some of my own reflections on a particular work of art. This week's theme is peace, and today's subject is the illusion of peace. And we'll be reflecting on this image, which is a painting of Amédée David, Marquis de Pastoret, painted in 1826 by Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres. Sister Wendy writes this: "Good is not a judgment we can make about ourselves. We instinctively react against Ingres' young Marquis, who so obviously has a high opinion of himself. Whether he considers himself virtuous is not spelled out, but he stands before us with the restrained smirk of self-admiration. Those who are genuinely good always doubt their goodness. Peace does not depend upon anything, certainly not upon our own certainty or moral righteousness. It depends upon humble desire, with the emphasis on humble, to do what is right." And certainly this is quite a striking image, this image of the Marquis or Marquis on this International Women's Day. Arguably, the person standing before us is the very acme of white male privilege. The look on his face resists any kind of obvious vulnerability. Every element of his pose exudes a kind of arrogance, a surety, certainly at the surface level, about his place in the world. If we were placing this painting in the context, say, of a Jane Austen novel, we might see here the representation of pride, without any of those redeeming qualities that we find, of course, in Mr. Darcy. This is not the image of one who is truly at peace. It generates peace as illusion. In an age where so much of our lives is led online, and in which we are forever encouraged effectively to curate our identities and create online performances of ourselves, I wonder how very different many of us are from this young man. Certainly many of us do not hold the Marquis's privilege, money, position, and power. Certainly many of us won't be white and male. And yet we are perhaps no more or less fragile than this young man, who one suspects that behind the performance of authority is not quite so confident as he seems. it is so tempting to perform composure and peace and surety. It is so tempting to present, whether online or in face-to-face lives, a particular facet of ourselves, whereas God is interested in who we actually are behind the mask. If we are to know peace, it is a peace which is not posed. It is one grounded in our self-knowledge and grounded in the deep knowledge that, as Jesus says, there is only one who is good, God. Sister Wendy writes this: Aga's sitter, decorations prominent, simplicity of attire elegantly visible, hands electric with a sense of superiority, has a totally dependent kind of peace. Humiliation and failure would explode it, whereas true peace is impervious to events. Peace rests upon the decision always to struggle towards goodness, whatever our condition. In this light, one feels compassion for Amadei David, with all his spiritual disadvantages. Thank you for joining me once again for this short Lenten art meditation. Meditations continue tomorrow, Tuesday the 9th at 9 a.m. and I do hope you're able to join me then. And should you wish to catch up on any of the previous meditations from the past 2 weeks, they're all available on this YouTube channel. Until we meet again, may you have a happy, holy and blessed day.